Assalamualaikum, Prof. Mohon maaf, sepertinya masih mute, Prof.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ya, ahlan wa sahlan. Saya mohon maaf kerana lambat kelas pada hari ini, kerana saya cuba menghubungi beberapa pelajar baru. Daripada Indonesia kita ada 6 lagi pelajar baru. Ahlan wa sahlan. InsyaAllah kita akan bersama-sama belajar. Jadi sebelum kita mula kelas, mohon perkenalkan Bu Ita Sitasari. Mohon perkenalkan diri kepada kelas.
Yes, saya baru, mahasiswa baru, and then suddenly I get a group member, a group, and then invited in this room. Saya Ita Sitasari from Jakarta, from Stebang, Mr. Safruddin Prawira Negara, Prof. So this is my first day join Unisam class. Is this Unisam class, right?
Ya, selamat datang.
Ya, terima kasih. This is first day.
Ya. This is our third. I think this is our third class.
Okay, thank you.
It's still okay. It's still not too late. It's still okay. So,
yes.
Selamat datang. Saya ucapkan kepada.
Terima kasih.
Bu
we have 6 person, Prof. Kita ada 6 orang join from Stebang, Jakarta in this Unisam semester.
Saya mohon Bu Ita invite. Ada 2 pelajar yang saya tak boleh invite.
Ya.
Dalam grup ini saya akan bagi link.
Oke.
Nanti boleh invite. Sekejap.
Ya, boleh sebentar, just a minute.
Sekejap. Bagaimana untuk saya invite? Okey. Ya, saya bagi grup link dalam grup WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Welcome. Jadi pertamanya kita sebagai seorang pelajar PhD, pertamanya kita mesti register dahulu ya. First we must register as a student. And then we get the metric number. And then for this semester, you have to register 2 courses, 2 subjects. Okay, number 1 is, let me write it down. Number 1, you have to register for this subject, MFQ 8113. Advanced Research Methodology.
Advanced.
And then MDP 8000. Then MDP 8000.
MFQ 8113. Advanced Research Methodology. MDP 8.
So two subjects you have to register.
Okay.
Number one is
How can I
okay.
how can I register this subject?
Okay. First, you need to get your ID. Yeah. To get your ID, can someone help to explain how to get ID? Bapak, siapa nama? Siapa boleh bantu? Bagaimana untuk dapat kongsi pengalaman? Bagaimana untuk dapat ID? Ya?
ID
Bapak Prayogi, silakan.
number card matrik ya.
Ya, kad matrik. Bapak Prayogi, silakan.
Baik, terima kasih, Prof. Saya boleh bantu Ibu. Jadi, menurut pengalaman setelah kita bayar untuk visa dan register, itu nanti akan diuruskan EMGS, itu persyaratan dari imigrasi Malaysia untuk
Sudah.
ya
Already sudah.
EMGS sudah keluar.
Sudah. Jadi kami diatur oleh Prof Hadi ya, ada Profesor Hadi.
Iya. Kalau MGS sudah keluar, itu jangan di emailnya itu ada kok ini apa namanya di
portal
ya,
sudah.
Iya, sudah bisa masuk portal.
Sudah bisa. Ada
Situ,
nama saya di portal itu.
Ya,
Kemudian saya
ya. Yeah.
Yes. Saya register di situ ya, Pak.
Iya, register ada.
Oke. Ya, kami belum register. Kami ada 6 orang baru dari Jakarta, baru Desember ini, dan kemarin baru first introduction dengan Prof Hadi. Prof Hadi yang mengatur kami masuk ke Unisam ini. Saya nama lengkapnya saya lupa. Jadi ya ini adalah pertama kali kami kuliah, dan kami hanya kuliah metodologi research ya Pak Prof Yusuf ya. Hanya metodologi research. This is how many meetings, Pak? How many meetings?
14 meetings.
14. Okay.
14. This is the third meeting.
Okay, this is the third ya. Okay, thank you. Ya, nanti we will register those those mata kuliah ini.
Ya. Jadi ada 2 code.
Terima kasih Pak Prayogi.
Ya, nanti boleh register di portal ya.
Ya, baik.
Kita mempunyai 2 kod, yaitu pertama MFQ 8113 Advanced Research Methodology, which is this class. And then MDP 8000 Thesis Proposal. Inshallah, next week we will have a meeting and we will decide the supervisor for each of the students. So for these 6 new students, inshallah next week, we will let you know who your supervisors are. Okay. Jadi minggu hadapan kita akan membuat satu perjumpaan dan kita akan menentukan supervisor yang sesuai ya untuk setiap pelajar. Jadi bagi 6 pelajar baru ni, insya-Allah minggu hadapan kita akan maklumkan supervisor masing-masing, insya-Allah pada minggu hadapan.
Okay.
Selepas
we have to prepare the title, the subject of the.
Yes.
We have to prepare the title of the subject ya, of the thesis.
Yes. So
Okay, Pak.
Please prepare a simple proposal containing the title.
Yeah.
Sekejap, saya share.
Yep. Okay.
Boleh lihat di sini?
Boleh,
Yeah.
Pak.
Yes.
Okey, jadi ini contoh cover page ya. Di cover page, you need to write the title, your name, your metric number. Okay, and then you can write a little bit about overview of the study. Maybe a little bit about background, just one or two paragraph. So first overview of the study, and then maybe you can write about background of study. And then a problem statement. And then a research question. And then a research objective. And maybe significance of the study. I think that's enough. For now, I think that is enough. Okay, let me repeat, maybe overview of the study, background of the study, problem statement, research question, research objective, and the significance of the study. If possible, you can also write about a little bit about your research design, if possible, or your research methodology. A little bit about research methodology. We would like to know whether you want to do qualitative or quantitative research. Just mention whether you want to use quantitative or qualitative or mixed method research, so that we can identify the suitable supervision for you. And in this class, you can ask any questions, even if I'm not your supervisor, but you can ask any questions about the topic that you want to write. So this class is a pass-fail class. Either you pass or you fail. But I've been teaching this class, this PhD class, since 2014. Sorry, since 2016. In 2016, I was teaching advanced research methodology for PhD student in management. So I've been teaching this class for since 2016, and nobody has failed. So the passing rate is 100%. So please don't spoil the record. Inshallah, everybody will pass.
But Prof, the problem is we are not sure about the subject, not sure about the title.
You can propose your title here. So this class is designed to help you go ahead with your research proposal. So you can share the topic that you want to do. Inshallah, we will help everybody here. I will try my best to help you, to guide you in this class. to choose the topic. In general, how do you choose your topic? So in general, the topic that you want to choose is the topic that is close to you. For example, if you're a lecturer, okay, you want to choose something that you are familiar with, that you have strong background, right? And then since this is PhD in Islamic banking and finance, we will try to adjust your topic and relate it to Islamic management or Islamic finance. So whatever the topic that you are familiar with, the topic that you have strong background, okay, you can propose, and then we can adjust. And we make an adjustment and try to align it, to look at it from an Islamic perspective. You can write in English, or you can write in Bahasa Malaysia. First, you can write in Bahasa Indonesia if you want, and then we try to translate into Bahasa Malaysia. Or if you prefer, you can write in English. So 2 languages are accepted, English or Bahasa Melayu, Bahasa Malaysia. So first you might want to write about your topic, okay, choose a topic, and then maybe you want to give a little bit about background of your study. So for example, this topic is about compliance behavior of income zakat, right? So this topic is about compliance behavior of income zakat. So in the background of the study, you want this person talks about fiscal policy. So this student has a background in economics, right? So he talks about fiscal policy, and then the conventional fiscal policy, the use of fiscal policy, and then Islamic fiscal policy, and then relate it with tax and zakat. So this is the topic. So that's how you write the background. Any background related to the topic. So in this case, I share with you the PhD thesis. So this there's a person, he wrote about the zakat, the importance of zakat. So whatever the topic you want to choose a topic that that you like, choose a topic that you have strong background, that you are familiar with, and then we start from the topic that you choose, and then inshallah we will guide you on how to go ahead to write your thesis. So in order to be successful, inshallah, first you need to pass this class, inshallah. So my suggestion is, please don't miss the class. If you miss the class, you can view the video. I will give you the link of my video channel. Okay, so I have a video channel, Dr. Yusuf TV. Okay, but I don't have a TikTok yet. I don't know how to do the TikTok. But I have I have many videos on a research on the research method and other subjects also. Okay, so inshallah you will pass this class. I will talk about the assignment later. So now we want to guide you on how to write how to choose a topic and how to write, a simple proposal defense, a simple initial plan. We call initial plan. Eh? Okay, so we need 4 or 5 pages of your initial plan. For those of you who have not submitted yet, because we want to determine the suitable and appropriate supervisor for each of you. Like I said before, you can ask any questions here. Okay, inshallah, I will help you. We will have a group supervision from time to time. We want to have group supervision where we combine 3 supervisors, myself, Dr. Muhammad Tahir, and Dr. Noor Hayati. Inshallah, we will have a big group supervision using Zoom or webinar. All right. And then, inshallah, for new students, you will present at colloquium 1. Okay, so for colloquium 1, I will guide you from time to time, but not today because some of you don't have the topic yet. Okay, for those of you who have the topic, I will guide you from time to time, and you can ask me anytime during this class about the problem that you encounter while writing your PhD thesis. Okay, so first thing you want to write is you want to write about the background of the study, right? After choosing your topic, okay, you want to write background about the topic that you want to study. You give the reader the taste about what you want to write. I'm speaking in English. You want me to speak in English or Bahasa? My English is quite simple. If you don't understand, you can...
it's okay. It's okay, Prof.
It's okay in English. I understand.
Okay. If you don't understand, please raise your hand. Because we have also students from Uganda who will be joining us, and also from Pakistan. So because they don't understand Bahasa Melayu, so I have to speak in English. But if you have problem to understand, I will repeat in Bahasa Melayu. So this is a background of the study, anything that relates to your topic. So this is the background about zakat, because the topic here is zakat, right? But of course, you can choose any topic that you like. And then, okay, so this is just a background, anything relates to the topic. This person talks about the historical or the chronological background about the management of zakat, starting from the time of the Prophet ﷺ until now. So that's how you write about background of the study. Okay, and then problem statement. Okay, problem statement, in order to write problem statement, we need to understand that there are two types of research. One is called pure research, and the other one is called applied research. Usually as academicians, we do pure research, right? Academicians usually do pure research. While people in the business or people in the industry, usually they do the applied research. However, it's up to you whether you want to use so it's up to you whether you want to use applied research or pure research, right? So in terms of research, okay, last time we talked about pure and applied research. Okay, inshallah, I will repeat. I will repeat. Last time we talked about types of research. There are two types of research. One is called pure research, and the other one is called applied research. Okay, pure research. Usually, academicians we do pure research. Pure research is used to develop new knowledge. Okay, in the topics that we choose, there are things that have been studied, right? And there are things that have not been studied. Okay, the knowledge is limited, right? What we know is limited. Apa yang kita tahu, pengetahuan kita adalah terhad. Ya, kita tidak tahu semua benda. We do not know everything, right? There are things that we know, and there are things that we don't know. The things that we know are within the limits of our knowledge, within the boundaries of our knowledge. So we want to extend or expand the boundary of the knowledge. Kita mau meluaskan sempadan pengetahuan. We want to know more. So then we do the pure research. Researchers use pure research to develop new knowledge that advances our understanding of the real world. Okay, we want to expand the knowledge. So pure research evaluates concepts and theories. There are theories. There are many theories in economics, in management, in social science, yeah, in Islamic finance. There are many theories. There are many concepts. There are many theories that needs to be tested. We want to test the theory, right? Whether the theory whether the theory is accepted or rejected. Accepted means the theory receives empirical support. Ya, kita ada teori, kemudian kita pengkaji yang lepas akan mengumpulkan data, ya, mengumpul data, kemudian kita test sama ada data itu support or do not support the theory. Nah, itu yang kita researcher buatlah. So pure research, it evaluates concepts and theories and thus attempts to expand the limits of existing knowledge. Yeah, we want to go to where no one has gone before. We want to study something new that have not been studied before. But of course, we have to start from what we know. So when we do PhD, the first thing is, I always suggest this to my students. Please read previous studies on the topic that you want to choose. Right? Mesti banyak membaca. We need to read and read previous literatures, right? If possible, you can try to access previous PhD thesis on the topic that you want to choose. Because we don't want to do something that has been done before. Kita tidak mahu membuat sesuatu yang telah dilakukan. Okay, the topics that we choose must be different from the topics that have been done before. We have to check, you know, before we can go on. We want to check whether the topics that we choose is similar or not. You cannot do something that has been done before. Kita tidak boleh memilih tajuk yang telah dipilih. Tajuk kita mesti berbeza. Our topics must be different from the topics done by other PhD students. So I will give you the link. I will share you the link from time to time. The link on literature, the link on books, the link to get the PDF on journal articles, on books, on thesis. If you have, you can also share with your friends. After class, I will share the link. Okay, and another type of research is called applied research. Okay, some researchers conduct applied research when they must decide on a specific real-life problem. So applied research, usually they must start with a real-life problem. For example, the problems of COVID-19, right? So COVID-19 pandemic crisis caused certain industries to shut down, right? The tourism industries, the airline industries, some transport industries, manufacturing industries, they have to, some of them have to shut down. The workers, some of the workers are unemployed. The pilots are unemployed. You know, hotel managers, hotel workers, they become unemployed. So how do we solve this problem? The problem of unemployment, the problem of business making negative profits. So that's an example of applied research. We have to have the real life problem, okay? And researchers conduct applied research to solve these problems, yeah? To solve these problems with the aim to improve human conditions, yeah? How we can increase our income, right? How we can create jobs, right? How we can increase our health status. And some of the findings regarding applied research have commercial value. For example, if they can come up with medicine, right? With a vaccine, So they have commercial value. So for example, Pfizer, right? Pfizer together with other company, they come up with vaccine, yeah, vaccine to fight or to increase the immunity, right? And they come up with the vaccine, so it has commercial value. The company now, you know, worth billions of dollars. So you decide whether you want to do pure research or applied research, right? Okay. Any questions so far? Welcome, Miss Bapa. Siapa? We have new student. I see new student. Can you introduce yourself?
Ibu Emmy dan Pak Amir is our.
Ya, ahlan wa sahlan, selamat datang.
Ya, assalamualaikum,
Group
Dr.
from
Yusuf.
Sebang.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Selamat
Yeah, we
datang,
are
ahlan wa
from
sahlan.
students from Indonesia.
Boleh perkenalkan diri masing-masing. Silakan.
My name is Amir Yahya from Sebang College in Jakarta, Prof.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Selamat datang ya.
Ya.
Ya, ahlan wa sahlan, Prof.
Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaban bikum. Ya, gembira, saya gembira sekali dapat berkenalan, bersilaturahim dengan ramai rakan-rakan dari Indonesia. Nampaknya pada hari ini kelas kita semua Indonesia, kecuali saya daripada Malaysia. Yang semua dari Indonesia ya. Jadi insyaAllah lepas ni saya boleh belajar bahasa Indonesia juga.
Ya, baik, Prof.
Silakan Bu Emmy.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Iya, nama saya Emmy Hamid. Ya, saya Emmy Hamidia. I'm from Sebang College and I'm also a Commissioner of Wakaf Board of Indonesia.
Masya Allah. Very good. Alhamdulillah. So I'm very happy to have you here with us, inshallah. Okay, let me introduce myself again. So my name is Yusuf Haji Othman, Associate Professor Dr. Yusuf. I've been teaching this research class since 2016. I started teaching PhD students in management. Okay, and then since last year, I've been teaching this for Islamic finance, PhD Islamic finance students. My area is Islamic social finance, covering zakat, waqaf, and Islamic crowdfunding. So those are my areas, yeah, zakat, waqaf, Islamic crowdfunding, and also I'm trying to do research on Islamic microfinance. So my focus is to use these instruments to help those people who are in need, right? To help those people who are in need, because in society, you know, we have two categories. One is the haves, those who have, you know, the wealth, right? Those rich people, right? And then we have poor people, the have-nots, right? So my research has been towards you know, finding ways to help the poor people, to to help those who have not, right? So I think zakat, waqaf, and other instruments in Islamic finance can be used, and we can do research, you know, on how to use these instruments. And also, I also supervise few students on Islamic banking, right? To see why or what factors that cause Muslims to accept or not to accept Islamic banking, because even in the Islamic countries, right? Malaysia, Indonesia, Pakistan, the population are mostly Muslims, and yet the Islamic banking is still small, yeah, compared to the conventional banking. If we look at the market share and the total deposits of Sharia banks compared to the conventional banks, we can see that the Sharia banks is still small in terms of market share and total deposits. So yeah, those are among the areas that we can do research. So it's up to you what topic you want to do research. You start with something that you are familiar. So we are docents, we have areas of expertise, right? So some of you are experts in waqaf, right? Some of you in Islamic banking. Some of you are experts in marketing. So it depends on your background and your expertise, right? And then we want to choose a topic and relate it to, we can adjust your topic to be related to Islamic perspective, right? So as long as you can relate with Islamic perspective, your topic is all right. Okay. You want to share your topic? Anybody wants to share your topic here? Okay. Can we stop for 10 minutes for coffee break and then we continue? Inshallah. 10 minutes for coffee break, ya?
Okay, Prof.
Baik, Prof.
Prof, just want to ask, so the schedule of this,
Yes.
I mean, Zoom is every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
What time? Exactly what time? Until what time?
At 10 in the morning. At 10 o'clock in the morning. Malaysian time. Malaysian time.
Okay. Until?
It's 3 hours.
3 hours. And
Yeah.
then today is the third meeting, yeah, Prof?
Yes, today is the third meeting.
The third. Okay, so we have all 14 meetings, yeah?
Yes. But
Okay,
we can
thank
always have extra meeting if required. Sometimes we have extra meeting. You know, there are certain topics that are complicated, so sometimes we have workshops, you know, workshops on how to use a Mendeley, for example. Okay, workshop on SPSS, workshop on PLS. So besides this class, you can also attend the workshops. Okay. Okay, so inshallah 10 minutes break. I feel sleepy. I need some coffee. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Baik, insyaAllah kita sambung. Before we continue, any questions? So far, you can ask any questions. Bapak Prayogi,
Iya,
silakan.
Ibu Emi sebenarnya.
iya.
Prof.
Izin Pak Dokter.
Silakan.
Iya, kami ketinggalan 4 kelas, tiga sesi ya. Dan tadi ada informasi harus register untuk yang tesis proposal. Saya sudah coba di portalnya, tapi tidak tahu harus register di mana karena di course register juga tidak ada menunya.
Bagaimana Bapak Prayogi?
Iya. Baik, mohon izin membantu Ibu Emi. Ya, karena Prof. Yusuf ini mungkin kalau di Malaysia agak berbeda karena lecturer itu tugasnya hanya mengajar, sementara urusan administrasi Prof. Yusuf juga ini tidak menghandle itu. Jadi mohon izin untuk membantu. Jenengan sudah ada ininya Ibu, sudah ada nomor induk mahasiswanya atau
Sudah
ya?
masuk, ya.
Terus sudah bisa buka portal berarti nggih?
Sudah sampai kepada di register di profile.
Ya.
Itu sudah masuk ininya apa yang untuk metodologi research sudah terdaftar.
Ya.
Tapi yang untuk yang tesis proposal yang belum.
Coba jenengan cek di situ ada ditawarkan atau tidak ngaten jenengan. Di portal ada. Jadi misalnya kan ada ditawarkan, ada course offer itu. Nah di situ ada ditawarkan riset metodenya, ditawarkan dicentang. Kalau tesis proposalnya jenengan cek coba di.
Tidak ditawarkan. Jadi
tidak ditawarkan.
di cross, iya.
Berarti persoalannya mungkin di atau belum ya dari sananya berarti dari Unisan. Mungkin bisa komunikasi dengan ini nanti dengan Dr. Hadi karena itu berarti masalahnya bukan di portalnya masalahnya ada di kontennya portal bukan di kita. Yeah. Mungkin seperti itu Bu.
Terima kasih Pak Ragi. Thank you Pak Profesor Yusuf.
Ya, nanti boleh kontak Profesor Bapak Hadi ya. Ataupun juga boleh kontak Puan Rose. Nanti saya share sekarang di WhatsApp nombor Puan Rose. Jadi besok Puan Rose ada di office. Jadi boleh kontak Puan Rose ya. Jadi saya sudah share di situ, Puan Rose, GMC Graduate Management Center. Ya. Di sini disebut Puan, di Indonesia disebut Ibu. Ya, jadi Ibu Rose. Ibu Rose, GMC Graduate Management Center. Kalau urusan portal di Graduate Management Center. Saya ini cuma dosen ya, jadi masuk kelas begitu. Jadi pelajar mesti register ya. Jadi in this class you can ask any questions walaupun ini subjek research method, tapi any questions are welcome. Boleh, insya-Allah kita cuba membantulah.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Silakan.
Can we get, sorry, Prof. We're late to join the class. Can we get last week resources from the last 2 weeks?
Yes. I joined.
Thank you, Prof.
I share with you advanced research methodology notebook. Okay, let me share again. And also a sample of thesis. Okay, I share with you advanced research methodology and a sample of thesis. Okay, and then
video record.
And
the
then
Zoom.
I will give you the link to Dr. Yusuf TV so that you can view the previous lecture. Okay,
Many thanks, Prof.
Later on, I will share with you the two things. Number one, the link to my channel, Dr. Yusuf TV. And also, I will give you the link to Google Classroom. Okay, Google Classroom. So all the assignments will be posted in the Google Classroom. Okay. So don't worry. You only missed 2 classes. Don't worry. So no problem. So don't worry about that.
Yes, thank you, Prof.
Welcome. So this class is is designed to help you in anything related to your writing of dissertation. So let me repeat. So to get your PhD, number one, okay. So let me write it down somewhere. Okay, let me write it down somewhere here. Okay, number one, you must pass this subject, right? MFQ 8113. Number one, you must pass this subject, right? So number two, you must pass what we call the English test, IELTS, or MUE, right? And ECT, English Competency Test. For all international students, they have to have the proficiency in English, right? So you must pass this one of these subjects. I'm not sure about Indonesia. Can you can take IELTS in Indonesia, right?
Sometimes IELTS, sometimes TOEFL, Prof.
I think TOEFL is not counted here. Either IELTS or MUE in Malaysia, right? And also ECT in Malaysia. Later on, those of you who have not taken, you can take. Bapak Prayagi already passed ECT, right?
Yes, I am, Prof.
Okay, good. And then you need to take IELTS. You can take in Indonesia, IELTS. My recommendation is to take IELTS. They say IELTS is easier than MUE. I'm not sure. You can ask. So you need to pass this one. Okay, and then colloquium 1. Then you need to pass colloquium 1. Okay. Bapak Pragi already passed or not? Colloquium 1.
I'm not, Prof. Karena
Okay.
waktu itu saya terlambat untuk register.
Okay.
IMGS saya terlambat.
My recommendation is to take colloquium 1 this semester. Inshallah, in about 10 weeks from now, 10 or 11 weeks from, we will let you know. But get ready with your initial plan.
Yes, I have ready my initial plan and I have sent it to Dr. Tahir.
Okay, I will share with you Dr. Tahir's phone number so that you can
Sudah, Prof.
ask.
Saya sudah berkomunikasi dengan beliau.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. But for the rest of you, so I recommend that everybody take colloquium 1 this semester. So in WhatsApp, I share with you Dr. Tahir. Okay. There are forms you need to fill. And in this class, I will guide you on how to pass colloquium 1 also. And then proposal defense. You need to pass proposal defense. This one, you must complete your writing on chapter 1, 2, and chapter 3 of your thesis, right? And then number 5, colloquium 2. This one, all chapters. When you finish writing all chapters, some of you have 5, some of you have 6 chapters, then you can go for colloquium 2. And finally, Viva. Viva also, all chapters, right? So that means before you go for Viva, you can present here at colloquium colloquium 2. So what's the difference between colloquium 2 and Viva? Colloquium 2 is examined by only internal examiner. Viva is examined by 2 external examiners and 1 internal examiner. So it means number 6 is more difficult than number 5. Okay, but the chapters are the same. But for colloquium 2, only internal examiner from UNISHAM will ask you questions. Usually we ask you easy questions here. But the real one is the Viva. So you finish all the chapters, you pass the Viva, you got your PhD. So any question on this one? It must be clear for all new students. Any questions on this one?
Excuse me, Prof.
Sure.
I want to ask you. Are we may to propose the external examiner?
Yes, you can propose.
Oh.
But later on you can propose. In step 6, right? Okay.
Yes. Baik, Prof. Thank you, Prof.
Welcome. You can also propose a second supervisor. For example, the first supervisor is from UNISHAM, right? And if you have any supervisor from Indonesia, you can also propose. Inshallah, we will take the proposal to the committee, and if approved, we can provide appointment letter for supervisors for co-supervisor from Indonesia. It's possible. But the co-supervisor, of course, must have PhD, right? And he must be a docent. Yeah, he must be a lecturer. He cannot work, outside of the university. Okay, any other question? So we at Unisham, we promise you that we will do our best for you to, go through this process and get your PhD successfully. Inshallah. But you have to ask questions, Sometimes I don't know what you don't understand.
Yes, I would like to ask questions.
Sure. Anytime you can ask questions.
Okay. The colloquium, actually, in what semester we can take the colloquium? I mean,
Colloquium 1, first semester. This semester you can take colloquium 1.
First semester.
Yeah.
So colloquium 1 is only chapter 1, or what is the coverage?
Okay, it is just initial plan. It's just initial plan. I will share you the coverage. Okay, let me try to share the coverage now. Okay. Okay, for colloquium 1, it looks something like this. Um, it looks something like this. Initial plan of a research topic chosen by students. So number 1, okay, number 1, Okay, number one, you need to establish the research problem. So your research problem is stated very clearly. So we will talk more about this, how to write a research problem, right? And then you need to write the research purpose. What we mean by research purpose is research questions and research objectives. So the research questions and research objectives are clear and aligned with the stated problem. Okay. So first you need to establish the research problem and then establish research questions and research objectives. Number three, you need to establish the significance of the study. Okay, we will talk more about this, how to write the significance of the study. And then establish the scope and limitations of the study and organization and structure of the study. Okay, a little bit also I would recommend you to write a little bit also about write a little bit about literature review. Not much, a little bit of literature review. And then a little bit on research method. Research method or research design. Eh? Okay, so I will share with you this. So number one, research problem. Okay, so number one, research problem. Okay, and then Kak Long tanya ada. Oh, ambil dah. Oh, ambil duit tu. Oh, Kak Long ambil duit tu, ngomong lagi. Ganti balik duit tu, nah. Okay, so number one, research problem is clearly stated, right? So we will discuss on how to write research problem. And then number two, research questions and research objectives. You can have, for example, 5 research questions and 5 research objectives. And then significance of the study. Okay, so significance of the study here. Scope and limitations of the study, scope of the study, limitations of the study. And then a little bit about literature review. Not much, maybe 5 or 6 or 10 previous studies that you have read, and you need to review and comment on the previous studies. Okay, not much. Little bit about literature review and little bit about the research method or research design. Not much at this stage. Just mention whether you want to use a qualitative or quantitative. So if you want to use quantitative, okay, you need to design the theoretical framework how you are going to collect the data. We will discuss more on this as we go along. Okay, so don't miss the class. Inshallah, I will try to guide you, and we will discuss from time to time on how to write all of this. We will start with a research problem. Of course, research problem. In order to write research problem, you have to know your topic, right? If you don't have a topic, then you cannot write. So the topic must be very clear to you now. If you don't have topic, let me know. Anybody want to share the topic? Anybody would like to share the topic? Anything? Don't be shy. This is the class for us to learn. In learning, you must not be shy.
Yes, yes. I would like to just to discuss here, Prof.
Go ahead. Go
ahead. The approach, which one is better, qualitative or quantitative research? And then the data, which one is better? It is a primary data or secondary data, or we have to accommodate all. I mean, we combine between qualitative, quantitative, primary, and secondary.
Yeah, it's up to you whether you want to use qualitative or quantitative or mixed method. Mixed method means you combine both quantitative and qualitative data. So it's up to you what you want to do, and then we will guide you. Whether you want to use a quanti or quali. So this is my suggestion. Before you decide whether you want to use quanti or quali, please have a few theses or a few research or a few journal articles related to your topic, so that it will guide you, it will give you an idea of how you are going to go ahead writing your thesis. Without previous studies, without previous PhD thesis, sometimes the students are stuck. Oh, I don't know what to do. Please help me. Right. So if you get a PhD thesis, for example, or other research, or you have an idea, oh, this is how you do, okay? And then you want to do something which is different from others, okay? So you got the thesis, you got PhD thesis, you got the research, and then you think, oh, this is how they did, and then I want to do something different, just a little bit different, so that it's not copy-paste, so that it's not a replicate, or it's not a duplicate of other writings. So this is your own. But you need to have the PhD thesis because you want to see the end of the tunnel. How you want to write chapter 1, how you want to write chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. You look at others. You look at how others did their PhD. Then it gives you an idea, right? So that is my suggestion. Please read and get the previous research and previous PhD thesis on the topic, okay? Of course, you have to do different. Of course, you have to do, you cannot, of course, you cannot copy paste, you cannot duplicate, but at least you can write in your own words, right? You can paraphrase, you can see how they did, and this is how I want to do. For example, when I was a PhD student, I have 4 or 5 PhD theses, and I read the thesis and I looked at how they wrote the PhD thesis, and then I decided, oh, this is how I want to write. Okay, the way I write is different, right? I like to write straight English, straightforward English, just straightforward sentence. So I continue writing and writing. Alhamdulillah, I passed. So with the help of supervision, and of course with the tawfiq from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. So we are here to help you. So, but of course you need to do the reading, and you need to do the writing. We cannot read for you. We cannot write for you. You have to write. But we are here to help you to continue. So don't worry. Inshallah, we'll try our best, to help you pass this PhD journey. Some people, they find PhD journey is difficult. Sometimes they got stressed. It's normal. But to make it less stressful, this is how I think. When you do PhD, you think about wanting to learn. PhD is about learning, right? So we want to learn. Don't be too stressed. I want PhD. No, I want to learn. Okay. So I want to learn. So in the process, we have supervisors, we have lecturers, we have other colleagues, to help each other. So if you are stuck somewhere, please find the right person to help you. So in this class, I will try to help you as much as I can. Okay. This is my granddaughter. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Good.
This is my first granddaughter. Okay.
How many grandchildren do you have?
Just one. The first one.
Oh, the first one, yeah?
Yeah, just
okay,
about a little bit over 1 year old. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh,
It's very happy to have a granddaughter, sir.
Yeah. She's my sunshine. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay.
What topic, Pak Prayogi? What your topic?
Yes, Bapak Prayogi, can you share?
Oh, baik, Prof. Insyaallah.
Oh, diseronok.
Mohon izin untuk share ini ya, Prof.
Silakan. You can share. Oh, let me stop sharing. Okay, now you can share. Minum dulu ya. Silakan, Bapak Prayogi, you can share.
Ya, Prof. Saya cari dokumennya dulu.
Anybody else who would like to share? You can just share orally what you want to do, the topic you want to do,
Prof,
how you want to
waiting
do.
for Prayogi.
Yeah.
Teman-teman di sini sudah semester berapa? Teman-teman yang lain, Ibu Putri, Ibu Rosida.
Baru Bu, baru.
Sama-sama,
baru Bu.
Sama-sama first semester semua ya?
Ya. Sama.
Second semester kalau kami Bu.
Kalau saya
Apakah
sama Bu.
Anda dari Jakarta semua atau bukan?
Kami dari Riau, Bu.
Kami dari Riau Bu.
Saya Semarang Bu.
Berarti kapan-kapan kita bisa diskusi by Zoom kali ya?
Insya
Maksudnya
Allah.
di luar kelasnya Prof Yusuf gitu loh.
Insya Allah.
Supaya kita bisa sharing juga.
Saya malah dari Malang Ibu.
Saya sangat recommend. Saya sangat recommend pelajar-pelajar, bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu boleh buat
grup.
Sesama grup ya, boleh Zoom sesama sendiri, boleh discuss. Bagi saya there are some groups where you can discuss among yourselves. It's better you discuss among yourselves, and then some groups you can invite your supervisor. You can invite me also, you know, to make sure that what you discuss is correct. Right. But yeah, I recommend that everybody, you know, try to discuss among yourself. You can Zoom among yourself also, without the supervisor. Then after that, then you can have a Zoom meeting with your supervisor. It's better that way. Sometimes when the supervisor is around, you feel a little bit shy, you know. Okay, go ahead, Bapak Prayogi.
Terima kasih, Prof. Saya sekaligus mau nanti mohon dibantu, Prof. Mungkin ada soal variabel, mungkin perlu ada saran, advice dari Prof Yusuf. Jadi my title is, my topic ya, determination of Islamic Backpack and Service as Indonesia, case of Muslim foreign tourism stakeholder. Saya ambil ini karena kita lihat ekosistem halal ini belum menjadi satu jejaring yang kuat di Indonesia, dan salah satu potensi paling besar nanti adalah dari tourism. Ini data-data yang
mungkin boleh dibesarkan sedikit tulisannya.
Oh, baik, Prof. Begini mungkin, Prof.
Ya.
Nah, ini karena force market share Islamic banking di Indonesia baru sekitar 6%, 6,95%, sementara potensi pasar sangat besar. So, saya mengambil salah satu potensi pasar itu ada dari ekosistem halal industri, yaitu tourism. Nah, dari data yang ada menunjukkan ini, this is, belum saya translate ini, Prof, sumbernya dari source-nya dari halal industri ekosistem Bank of Indonesia. Ini ada 4 pilar ekosistem halal, dan salah satunya ada di situ ada financial di sini. Nah, salah satu pilar ekosistem halal. Maka saya ambil topik bagaimana sih sebetulnya salah satu potensi pasar ini, apakah mereka mau adopsi Islamic banking atau tidak. Kalau iya apa alasannya, kalau tidak apa alasannya. This is the previous no. Ini kajian data yang kita ambil. Kemudian proses temannya ini masih tetap sama tentang tourism. Kemudian ini research question-nya. Saya ada 8 research question, Prof. Does reputation have advanced in the Islamic banking product? This is the object of tourism agency owner manager. Consists of tour and travel agency, hotel owner or manager, and restaurant owner or manager. This is a research objective general, kemudian spesifiknya the mirror dari ini research question. Nah, ini mungkin yang ingin saya sampaikan ke Prof. Scope of the study seperti ini. Nanti saya akan ambil kuesioner dari Malang dan Yogyakarta. Kenapa Malang yang Yogyakarta? Karena wisata halal di Indonesia itu tujuan utamanya sementara ini adalah Malang dan Jogja. Bali, the first destination, main destination and first destination Indonesia itu bukan wisata halal karena di sana ada yang tidak mencerminkan halal ya. Jadi main halal tourism destination di Indonesia sampai hari ini adalah Malang dan Yogyakarta. Ini significant of study. Nah, ya, ini literatur review. Sudah ada beberapa previous research, previous study. Ada paling akhir tahun 2019 yang saya ambil di Kashmir. Kemudian ada dari Spanyol juga. Kemudian ada dari Pakistan, Tunisia, Uganda, Pakistan lagi. Sebenarnya yang paling banyak dari Malaysia. Karena Malaysia is the champion of Islamic halal industry. Ya. Ini paling banyak dari Malaysia. Kemudian metodologinya, saya akan kita selama pandemi kita boleh sebarkan kuesioner melalui Google Form. Begitu ya, Prof?
Ya, betul.
Nah, this is ini desainnya, Prof. Ada ini saya ambil dari akhirnya dari diffusion my underpinning theory is diffusion of innovation. Jadi ini ada variabel dari diffusion of innovation, relative advantage, awareness, perceived compatibility, perceived risk. Ini juga. Kemudian ini saya ambil dari salah satu riset ini, Prof. Tahun 2000 dari jurnal The Newest Journal yang dikeluarkan riset di Turki kalau tidak salah. Saya ambil dari ini social influence yang terkait dengan social networking platform, media sosial kita mengenalnya. Kemudian saya kasih mediator variabel itu bank attribute, karena kalau di Indonesia pricing itu masih jadi ini, Bro. Bank attribute salah satunya pricing, karena kalau di Indonesia pricing itu akan jadi salah satu faktor yang menentukan. Walaupun Islamic banking, tapi kalau lebih mahal mungkin akan lebih memilih konvensional banking, begitu, Bro. Misalnya kita kalau ke Islamic banking, ini angsurannya atau paymentnya lebih mahal, higher than conventional banking, maka di Indonesia menurut survei awal itu prefer to conventional banking yang lebih murah. Saya kira itu desainnya, Prof. Mohon mohon dibantu apakah ini sudah tepat atau saya perlu melakukan revisi, begitu, Prof. Terima kasih.
Bagus.
Sementara itu, Prof.
Bagus, Bapak Prayogi. Sebelum saya komen, dalam kalau tengok WhatsApp, ada satu khusus tentang Mendeley, khusus asas Mendeley dan Word dalam penulisan tesis. Ya, ini khusus ini buat secara online. 15 Januari, bila hari ini berapa?
8 sekarang, Prof.
Jadi Sabtu hadapan 15 Januari 9 hingga 4 petang dalam bahasa Melayu. Saya sangat recommend untuk semua bapa-bapa, ibu-ibu menggunakan Mendeley dalam penulisan tesis. From the beginning, please use Mendeley. And what is Mendeley? Kalau nak faham, boleh ikuti kursus ini, boleh register. Dan kalau semua register, kelas untuk minggu hadapan kita tangguh dahulu untuk kita join kelas ini. Boleh faham bahasa Melayu atau tidak? Ini kursus dia dalam
Paham, Prof.
bahasa Melayu, boleh faham atau tidak? Itu saya tak
Paham.
pasti.
Boleh, Prof. Boleh.
Paham.
Boleh.
Boleh, Prof.
Asal tidak ini, Prof. Asal tidak harus, karena kalau harus di sini artinya boleh, kalau harus di sini artinya wajib, Prof.
Oh. Jadi sedikit saja beza.
Iya, kalau harus ini wajib, Prof. Nanti.
Jadi kalau boleh, harus. Jadi
harus berarti boleh, Prof. Boleh. May. Ya.
May.
Kalau boleh, saya mau setiap bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu menggunakan Mendeley daripada awal. Nanti bila pergi kursus ini, nanti dia akan ceritakan kenapa mesti guna Mendeley. Apa kelebihan Mendeley, bagaimana untuk mengguna, tapi kena bayar ringgit Malaysia 130. Nanti boleh register. Masuk grup WhatsApp itu boleh register. Dia 1 hari. Masa saya buat PhD pun saya guna Mendeley. Jadi banyak kelebihan Mendeley. Pertama, Mendeley boleh membuat citation. Jadi ramai PhD student bertanya, bagaimana untuk buat citation? How do we make citation? How do we write citation? How do we write a reference? Yeah. And please do not write a reference manually. Please do not write manually. You'll be in a lot of trouble later on. Okay. Now we have our friend Mendeley. Okay, so that will help organize. So Mendeley helps you to make citation, to write a reference. Mendeley write the reference for you. So do not write the reference yourself. Mendeley will write for you. Number 3, all your articles will be saved in Mendeley. So if something happened to your laptop, for example, okay, you don't lose your journals. You don't lose your reference. All the journals, all the PDFs that you download in Mendeley, you can get it back using your email. You know, So there was a friend of mine who got his laptop stolen. He was doing PhD. He is doing PhD. Last week, somebody broke into his house, stole 3,000 ringgit, stole 2 laptops. And one of the laptops, he has all the PhD materials, including the reference, the journals, books, thesis. And then I asked him, did you use Mendeley? No, I do not use Mendeley. So I said, oh, did you have a backup? Yes, I have a backup in my pen drive. But my pen drive is in the laptop bag. They stole everything, including the bag. So, that's the use of Mendeley. You can save all your journals in Mendeley. So if something happens, you don't lose it. And also, I strongly recommend that you save your thesis in Google Drive, right? Save your articles in Mendeley, save your draft of your thesis in Google Drive. If something happens, you can still retrieve using your Google Drive, right? So next week, if everybody agree to attend this workshop, we don't have class next week. I will let you join this workshop. Is it okay? It is considered as class also. In terms of attendance, I will take the attendance for next week. Is it okay?
Okay.
Anybody who doesn't agree? Bu Rosida, you agree or don't agree? Bapak Ahmad, ahlan wa sahlan. Selamat datang.
Ahlan wa sahlan, Prof. I'm sorry.
I'm
glad to get informed this course. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. Ahlan wa sahlan. You are very welcome. Can you introduce yourself? Boleh cakap Indonesia?
Oh, boleh ya. Oh, nama saya Ahmad Safiuddin. Sekarang dosen di Stebang bersama dengan Ibu Patria, Ibu Ita, Pak Amir, dan Ibu Emi. Kebetulan kita ditugaskan untuk studi di Unisam. Gitu.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Jadi saya mengucapkan selamat datang, ahlan wa sahlan, welcome. Saya sedang sekali, gembira sekali dapat ramai kawan-kawan dari Indonesia. Nanti saya akan cuba buat workshop on SPSS, how to analyze data using SPSS, and then on advanced statistic workshop on PLS, SAM. Usually PhD students who write in quantitative research, okay, they need to analyze data using sophisticated software. And inshallah, I will have a workshop, okay, and I would like to ask all of you to share. We will have a workshop, and maybe we can share with other lecturers also from Indonesia to join the workshop. Okay, because I want to be famous. No, just joking. No, the idea is to share the knowledge, right? Share the knowledge, and maybe I will be famous in Indonesia.
Inshallah.
So we will have a workshop later on, because this PLS SAM is the most sophisticated statistical package that you can use for PhD, right? So it doesn't matter you do PhD at UNISHAM or anywhere. If you do quantitative analysis and you use PLSM, inshallah, you will impress lots of people, and you will impress your examiner also. So, you know, when you use something complicated, more advanced than other people will be impressed, right? So when you do, you know, the advanced statistical analysis, inshallah, you know, you will not only pass, but you will also impress other people. I remember when I was a student, I was reading other theses that use advanced statistics. And I said, wow, this is impressive. How am I going to do that? And then I learned how to do it. And then I conduct seminar to help other people. So that's the idea. We just share, right? We just share to help other people, to benefit other people, right? Okay, let's go to this framework by Bapak Prayogi. Bapak Prayogi choose quantitative research. Okay, so for quantitative research, it's a good idea. In fact, it's the best idea if you can come up with your theoretical framework. This is called the theoretical framework. Okay, how do you construct your theoretical framework? This is a secret, but after this, it will not be a secret anymore, because I will post it in my channel, Dr. Yusuf channel. And maybe I will learn how to do the TikTok. So I want to be famous, huh?
Betul, Prof.
Okay. So this is how you do. To construct theoretical framework, you look at a few PhD theses that other people have done. So usually when PhD students, they choose quantitative method, right? So they have to construct the theoretical framework. What you do is you go and get 4 or 5 PhD theses on adoption, right? In this case, adoption. There are, if you start adoption of Islamic banking, okay, inshallah you will have you know, hundreds and hundreds of journal articles, and try to get the PhD thesis also on Islamic banking. Okay, I have one I can share with you on this topic of adoption of Islamic banking in Nigeria. So it doesn't matter, the PhD is done in Indonesia, Malaysia, Nigeria, Turkey, Pakistan, doesn't matter. Because what we want to see is we want to see the framework. So every thesis using quantitative research, they have this framework, right? So what you want to do is you want to compare the framework of other students, and then you want to construct your own framework. And your own framework must be different from others. Somewhere different, somewhat different. Maybe 80% the same, maybe 70% the same, you know, the same variables. Maybe 2 variables are different. Maybe 3 variables are different. It has to be different. It cannot be the same as any of other previous PhD thesis. Okay? Because at PhD, we want novelty. we want to create novelty. Novelty means what? Novelty means what we do has never been done before by other PhD students. Okay, that's the meaning of novelty. Okay, what we do is something different that has never been done by any other PhD thesis. Okay, maybe other students have used perceived complexity, social influence, relative advantage, awareness, perceived compatibility, perceived risk. This one have been used. But you want to be a little bit different, right? Yeah, Bapak Prayagi, yeah? Okay, so try to find, you know,
Yeah, Prof.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 independent variables. You have 1 moderating variable. You have 1 mediating variable, and you have 1 dependent variable. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. But try to be different. Try to see 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 PhD thesis on adoption of Islamic banking. Okay, this one is from the journal, right? Good. But try to be different, right? So let me give you an example. If you want to write, if you want to draw a plan of a house, okay? You want to draw your own house, okay? So you draw the plan. How do you draw the plan of your house? You look at the plans that have been drawn by other people, right? Maybe 5 or 6 plans, okay? And then you want to take one from this, the roof from this plan, maybe the windows from this plan, maybe what else? The doors from this plan, the painting from this plan. So you mix it up and your house is different from others. Okay, so go back to the thesis. Okay, you take one variable from this person, another variable from this person, another variable from this person, and your framework suddenly, you know, different from others because your framework combine, you know, variables from many studies. So I think I give you an idea how you can choose the variables. You want to be different. You cannot simply take one from this. This is good, but Bapak Pragi, you can try to be different. Think again about the variables that you want to include. Try again. Maybe 1 or 2 new variables that you want to introduce. Maybe you want to delete some of the variables. Yeah. Think again. Take a few days to think again. Okay. And can you go up? Can you go back to your topic, right? And see the methodology. Okay, let's look at the methodology here. Okay, go down. Okay, in this research, respondents are business owners, managers of tourism, stakeholders consisting of tour and travel agency, hotels and restaurants in Malang Raya and Yogyakarta. Okay, you will be asked about the sampling frame. The sampling frame means that you have to know how many business owners or managers are located in Malang Raya and Yogyakarta. You have to have the number. And also they will ask you why Malang Raya and Yogyakarta. Okay, you said the two words chosen because they are the main halal tourist destinations in Indonesia. Okay. So they will ask you, okay, how many in Malang Raya? How many in Indonesia? The business managers and owners. So this is a difficult question to answer because you need to have the data, right? So if you can have the data, it's very good. Try to get, I don't know, maybe some agency, or maybe you can go to the Ministry of Tourism, maybe, to get the data on managers, the staff at hotels and restaurants in Malang Raya and Yogyakarta, maybe.
There
But
are the
you have to have the
association,
numbers.
Prof.
We have to have the numbers.
Yes, they have the numbers because they have the association of PHRI, Persatuan Hotel and Restoran Indonesia.
Get the numbers as soon as possible.
Okay, baik, Prof.
The numbers of staff in restaurants, the number of staff in hotels, travel agencies. Get those numbers. If you get those numbers, Alhamdulillah, you are in the right track. The only thing is you have to have a strong justification. This one, the two cities were chosen because they are the main halal tourist destinations in Indonesia. You need to write more, you know, give a stronger justification here. Because the examiner want to know if, you know, the respondents can give the information that you need. Okay, and they will ask you why you choose this stuff related to tourism and relate to Islamic banking. So I think you have written a little bit, but it needs to be stronger because you can choose many other respondents. So you choose the people involved in the tourism industry, right? So you need to have a strong reason why you choose the people in the tourism industry as the respondents of the determinants of Islamic banking adoption. Usually, the past PhD thesis, they choose customers, okay? Some of them choose customers of banks. So they ask why they choose Islamic banking products and why they choose conventional banking products, right? So usually they choose customers of banks to determine why they choose Islamic, why they choose conventional, and you know, and they distribute the questionnaire to determine the significant variables. So you need to justify. It's okay if you want to choose the people from a tourism industry, but you need to justify why you choose them. Why don't you choose, for example, customers, bank customers? Why don't you choose, for example, other groups? You know, for example, private staff or public staff, people working in with government. There are many possible respondents that you choose. But instead you choose people involved in tourism industry. If you can justify, it's all right. So for PhD, it's about justification. Right? They will ask you, and as long as you justify, it's all right. So Bapak Pragi, you need to justify why you choose these people involved in tourism industry as the respondents to determine why these people, they choose, what are the factors that makes them choose Islamic banking. Okay, you just have to make that connection.
Izin Prof.
Silakan.
Bolehkah seperti ini, Prof? Misalnya kan, this is about the large of market potential in halal tourism. Apakah cukup begitu, Prof? Is it enough for the justification?
I think you need a stronger justification.
Siap, Prof.
And you can look at other previous studies, right? What are the population of study that they choose?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the table. Go down and look at the table. Okay, for example, here, Charak, okay, use SAM, and then you need to determine the sampling, who they choose here. Okay, for example, here, number 2, Spain, who they choose. Okay, and then you go down, convenience sampling, and who they choose here. Okay. So you can determine the sampling that was used by previous studies. I think your population is the first. I think.
Yeah.
I've
Yes.
never seen.
Yes, Prof. Yeah. Saya kira saya dapat novelty dari situ, Prof.
Yeah.
Karena commonly the respondent is bank, Islamic bank customer or conventional bank customer, or both of them.
Right. Sometimes they use convenience sampling, means whoever that comes to the bank, they give the questionnaire, right?
Yeah.
Whoever that comes, they give the questionnaire. So their sample consists of the Islamic, the customers of the banks, whoever that comes to the banks, right? Yeah. So usually that is the case. But in your case, it's different. You don't want to choose the customers of the banks, but you want to choose people from the halal industry. So, I mean, you have to make a strong connection there. Why you want to choose that? They will ask you that question. So just you need justification. Okay. So, inshallah, next week you can, bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu boleh join class, eh? Boleh, eh? Bisa ataupun harus? Bisa? Jadi saya mau semua faham betul-betul bagaimana untuk menggunakan Mendeley, sebab kita guna Mendeley from the beginning. Nanti kalau pergi bengkel, kita akan betul-betul faham how powerful, how useful Mendeley is in writing our thesis. Okay, it's very powerful. It will write, for example, reference here. I think Bapak Pragi use Mendeley, right?
Yes, Prof.
Very nice. Look at this.
Yes, I am.
So this is the advantage of using Mendeley. Mendeley writes the reference for you. Very nice. And the reference that you use, the PDF that you use will not be lost. Okay, it is kept in the Mendeley. Okay.
Prof, izin Prof,
Silakan, silakan.
ada persoalan sikit kami dari Riau ni.
Silakan.
Prof, kami ni yang di Riau ada juga masalah perbengkelan tentang Mendeley esok hari. Macam mana tu? Ikut juga ke yang di Malaysia?
Oh, ada besok.
Ya, esok hari. Jam 9.
Berapa ringgit kena bayar?
Untuk Indonesian, Prof.
Boleh tak semua orang join? Yang lain tu boleh join atau tidak?
Boleh, Prof. Boleh.
Kalau begitu, boleh join yang besok punya. Kalau begitu, join yang besok punya. And then kelas next week kita berjalan macam biasa.
Boleh, Prof.
Bagi option.
Better, Prof.
Better like
Baik,
that.
Prof.
Kalau gitu Pak Hendra sharing ininya Pak.
Ya.
Baik, Bu. Nanti kita sharing, Bu, ya.
Bagus Bapak
Sudah
Hendra.
saya share, Bu. Boleh dilihat di WAG.
Oh, terima kasih.
Ya.
Jadi Prof Yusuf, next week kita ada kelas seperti biasa ya Pak?
Ya. Next week kita ada kelas. Alhamdulillah, bagus.
Baik, Prof.
Ya, terima
Terima
kasih.
kasih, Prof. Nanya itu je. Persoalan
Terima kasih.
itu je nya.
Terima kasih Bapak Hendra. Bapak Hendra
Ya.
sudah boleh bercakap bahasa Melayu, ya?
Ya, Prof. Sikit-sikit.
Ya. Jadi Bapak Hendra cakap style orang Malaysia sekarang. Okey. Jadi besok bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu join Mendeley, ya, daripada Indonesia. Jadi bagi saya Mendeley sangat powerful, sangat useful. Jadi saya nak semua orang start menulis daripada first page sampai habis using Mendeley. Jadi nanti tidak ada masalah untuk kita menulis citation dan tulis reference. Mendeley akan menulis dengan begitu organized, cantik sekali. Lihat di sini, begitu cantik sekali. Tidak ada masalah nanti bila kita defend. Okey, jadi kesimpulannya besok semua masuk kursus Mendeley, ya. Bisa besok?
Ya.
Bisa, insya Allah.
Bisa atau harus, ya? Harus. Harus, ya, besok harus. Jadi minggu depan insya Allah kita berjumpa lagi pukul 10 waktu Malaysia, insya Allah. Jadi kita akan bincang-bincang lagi. Jadi jangan stres, ya, buat PhD jangan stres. Jadi kita bincang-bincang. Kalau perlu pertolongan boleh minta tolong sama teman atau minta tolong sama supervisor atau minta tolong sama saya. InsyaAllah kita sama-sama bantu. Ta'awanu 'alal birri wat taqwa. Jadi kita bantu-bantu dalam membuat kebajikan. Jadi insyaAllah kita jumpa lagi. Questions about registration nanti contact Graduate Management Center, ya.
Okay.
Sebab saya bukan berada di bahagian pentadbiran, ya. Saya dosen. Jadi saya bahagian kelas saja. Saya mengajar kelas ini dan juga saya supervise ramai daripada Indonesia, ya. Jadi saya gembira sekali. Ramai pelajar Indonesia datang sini mau saya jadi supervisor. Jadi saya kira saya sangat famous, ya, di kalangan pelajar Indonesia. Jadi saya sudah jadi selebriti. Ya, gurau saja. Okey, jadi insya-Allah kita jumpa lagi minggu hadapan. Sebarang persoalan boleh tanya dalam WhatsApp, ya. Ya, insya-Allah apa-apa boleh tanya. Dan mengenai ini penting juga mengenai English English apa ni dipanggil syarat-syarat bahasa Inggeris ya. Saya suka ingatkan kalau boleh ambil IELTS di Indonesia.
Ya.
TOEFL saya kurang pastilah sama ada boleh atau tidak. Itu kena rujuk dengan bapa Dr. Hadi ya. Sama ada boleh atau tidak. Sebab itu pun bukan di luar autoriti saya. Saya cuma di sini ingatkan saja. Kerana pelajar international perlu memenuhi kita panggil apa? Perlu memenuhi English requirement. Jadi saya sebut tadi IELTS atau MUET. TOEFL saya kurang pasti. Jadi mungkin boleh rujuk Bapak Hadi, mungkin dia boleh bagi cadangan untuk kita melepasi ya requirement English. Ini untuk semua international student. Saya cuma di sini ingatkan saja ya, supaya nanti kita tidak mahu ada persoalan ya. Kita tak mahu dipersalahkan ya. Nanti pelajar salahkan. Kenapa kita tidak diingatkan ya, untuk mengambil English test ini? Jadi saya cuma ingatkan. Jadi untuk dapat yang maklumat lebih lanjut kena telefon Graduate Management Center. Boleh tanya Bapak Hadi jugalah tentang bagaimana kita boleh melepasi ya, requirement English itu. How do we fulfill the English requirement? Sebab salah satu syarat untuk dapat PhD adalah to fulfill the English requirement. Okay, so I just remind all of you. Kalau tanya saya bagaimana untuk ambil IELTS, bagaimana untuk ambil MUET, itu semua saya tak tahu. Jadi kena tanya Graduate Management Center ya. Saya sini cuba ingatkanlah. Baik, saya ingat itu saja kelas kita untuk hari ini. Nanti saya masuk dalam my YouTube channel dan saya akan share dia punya link dan juga share dia punya Google Classroom nanti insya-Allah lepas kelas. Okey, terima kasih semua. Nanti jumpa lagi minggu hadapan.
Terima kasih, Prof. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
Okey, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih, Prof.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, Prof.